Good afternoon. Welcome to the Hamilton County Board of Commissioners meeting, May 9th, 2024. I'm going to ask everybody to introduce themselves on the dais.
Christy Rischel, Assistant Clerk.
Leslie Hervey, Clerk of the Board.
Stephanie Summerall Dumas, Commissioner.
Good afternoon. I'm County Commissioner Denise Driehaus.
Jeff Aludo, County Administrator.
Charlie Annis, Prosecutor's Office.
And I'm Hamilton County Commission President Alicia Reese. We start every meeting with prayer and followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. So I ask everybody to go into a silent prayer. Amen. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. All right, I make a motion to approve the minutes of the previous meeting.
Second?
Commissioner Reese.
Yes.
Commissioner Driehaus.
Yes.
Commissioner Summer Dumas.
Yes.
Awesome. We have a special presentation. It's a National Children's Mental Health Awareness Week. And we'll start with the proclamation. Proclamation recognizing National Children's Mental Health Awareness Week. Whereas addressing the complex mental health needs of children, youth, and families today is fundamental to the future of Hamilton County and the need for comprehensive, coordinated mental health services and education for children, teens, adults, and families is a critical community responsibility. Whereas National Children's Mental Health Awareness Week is an annual week celebrated in communities across America to raise awareness of programs for mental health needs of youth and young adults, to promote positive youth development, recovery, and resilience, and to show how youth, teens, and adults can thrive in the community.
And whereas Journey to Successful Living, Hamilton County Mental Health and Recovery Services Board, and the First Ladies for Health are partnering this year to raise awareness of the mental health needs of children, teens, and adults by promoting the Mental Health Summit, quote, "Let's Chat, Ask Me About My Mental Health," unquote, event, the Green Ribbon Campaign, and a host of other activities throughout the month. And whereas Journey to Successful Living, a program of the Hamilton County Mental Health and Recovery Services Board, is effectively caring for the mental health needs of transition-age youth, young adults 14 through 21, and their families in our community.
And whereas First Ladies for Health is a Cincinnati faith-based, nonprofit, volunteer organization focused on empowering people to make informed choices about health. And whereas Journey to Successful Living partners with Hamilton County Job, Family Services, Hamilton County Juvenile Court, Hamilton County Developmental Disability Services, Cincinnati Public Schools, provider agencies, families and youth in coordinating services and supports, while First Ladies for Health urges citizens, agencies, and organizations to participate in raising awareness about mental health through faith.
Therefore, be it proclaimed that the Hamilton County Commissioners, on behalf of its residents and entire community, hereby extends its deepest gratitude and appreciation to the Hamilton County Mental Health Recovery Services Board for their contributions to Hamilton County and unwavering dedication to ending the stigma around mental health. Be it further proclaimed that the Hamilton County Board of Commissioners does hereby proclaim that May 5th through May 11th, 2024, be known as National Children's Mental Health Awareness Week in all of Hamilton County. Thank you. Lenore Godfrey, President, CEO, Director.
And
County
we
Mental Health.
thank you. We want to thank you for this proclamation today and just recognizing Children's Mental Health Week and then the month of May as Mental Health Awareness. And I have Quinn with me. Quinn is a part of our Journey program, Journey to Successful Living, started 14 years ago, and it's for youth that transition from the children's system into the adult system. So, Gwen, you got maybe say a few words?
Welcome.
Thank you so much for being able to recognize children's mental health as a special subset, because unfortunately there has been in previous times a very difficult transition between youth services and adults. So having Journey and other programs that I'm connected to be able to get housing and assistance and a sense of community has been really beneficial. So thank you.
Thank you. Don't go away. I'm going to open it up, but I want to start off by saying this past Tuesday, the days run together now. This past Tuesday, our staff committee, we had a presentation, and Ms. Godfrey, along with Interact for Health and BI3, had a presentation about youth mental health. And so it was a great discussion. We're excited to hear more and how we can get more involved. I'm very excited that our board, we have put funding some of our ARPA dollars into suicide prevention and other mental health issues as well. So just wanted to say thank you for all of your work and the partnerships that we've had. I see Director Patton is here. I think he's here. But there he is. Okay. So working with our Jobs and Family Services as well in a partnership. I'll open it up to Vice President Driehaus.
Thanks. Thank you for being here. Thank you for speaking. Really appreciate it. It's really important for us to hear from youth. And so we want to make sure that we are approaching this in the most appropriate way. And here you are as a tribute to the work that's being done by the Mental Health and Recovery Services Board and the other folks related to the partnership. So I'm glad to be celebrating the month, celebrating this week in particular for youth. And I do want to say that you all are to credit for breaking down the stigma related to mental health, particularly when it comes to youth, and it is life-saving work. And so we are very grateful for the partnerships that you have formed and for the ongoing work that you are doing to allow people to talk about this in a way that is not stigmatized, that they're not embarrassed by, but rather something that we embrace and welcome by way of the conversation. So thanks so much for the work you're doing.
Thank you. Okay, open it up, Commissioner Dumas.
Just to ditto what was already said, thank you for speaking up. I appreciate that, and thank you for coming again. And I'm so glad that you guys pulled out the Children's Mental Health Week out of the whole month. So that's great. So thank you so much.
Thank you. We're going to come around and take a photo.
Thank you.
Okay. We will open up for comments from the commissioners, comments and motions from commissioners. Vice President Driehaus.
Thank you. I do want to say, we just learned that Quinn, who just spoke to us, is part of the youth advocacy piece of what we heard about Tuesday. So I do want to recognize your service in that way. Thank you for doing that. That's great.
Thank you. And also, let me say, you don't have to stay if you have to go. I just want, because we're about to get into the meat of everything. Just if you have to leave, you can tip on out. You don't have to. Okay. If you want to stay, we'd love to have you. All right. Thank you. All right. Go ahead, Vice President
right.
Trias.
Thank you. Mass exodus on that side of the room. There we go. Just a few things. So I do want to recognize that it's a County Employee Appreciation Week. We've been having celebrations all week long to celebrate our employees. I went to one celebration over at the courthouse. The judges got together and did the county courthouse employee appreciation event. It was very nice, but we have our own events going on here on the 6th floor and just celebrating all the work and thanking our employees for doing what they do every day. So I did want to shout that out. I also went to the Cheviot Community Foundation Outstanding Young Citizen Banquet. I do this every year. They recognize young people. They're all high school or elementary school students who are outstanding, not necessarily by way of academics or athletics, but rather outstanding by way of their character. And so Ray Croner and his family do this every year. It's really a wonderful celebration honoring kids from every school in all those West Side communities. So I was glad to go out there, and I thank Ray for the invitation. And then participated in the Recovery Friendly Workplace second anniversary with Greg Kesterman and Tyler, who is running that program on behalf of the county. This is a subset of the Hamilton County Addiction Response Coalition, trying to encourage businesses to implement the Recovery Friendly Workplace for people that are in recovery that might need additional supports in the workplace. Hamilton County has signed on, I'm proud to say, and so it's a great way to, once again, provide supports, but also reduce stigma related to addiction in the workplace. I represented the commission at the High Grain Brewery. This is in Springfield Township. So High Grain's in Silverton. They opened a new location in Springfield Township. It's really great. It's huge. It's where the Brentwood Bowl was, so it's a pretty big space. And so they're doing it. They're kicking it out there. It was just really great. But the county provided a couple of grants to allow that project to move forward. So I represented the commission at that event. And then lastly, kind of on a lighter note, I wanted to congratulate everybody that ran in the marathon. It was a huge event here in Cincinnati. We again participated in helping to finance some of that event because it's such a huge draw to bring people into the city, into the region, into the county. My chief of staff, Kevin, ran it. He said he's never going to do that again. But anyway, he finished it. So congratulations to Kevin and all those that really brought that kind of energy down to the riverfront during the marathon. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Dumas.
Thank you so much. Just a couple of things. I wanted to talk a little bit more about Mental Health Month because it is the entire month. We recognize the children's mental health, which is great, as I said earlier. But it's a time to spotlight not only mental health within the children's area, but also seniors, just everyone as it relates to mental health. I have a few statistics. 1 in 5 adults experience mental health illness symptoms. And then 47% only 47% received treatment in 2021. And 1 in 6 youth have mental health, but only 50% get treatment. So that's a lot of people that are walking around, as we talked earlier about stigmas and things like that. So a lot of people walking around, young people and older people, not getting the treatment that they need. And then 50% of the lifetime of a person, mental health starts at 14, and 75% of adults starts at 24. So let me make that clear again. 50% of the young people, their mental health issues start at 14, and 75% of the adults, their issues start at 24. Okay, I wanted to also mention that I participated, of course, in the White House briefing that I do every Thursday afternoon. They talked a lot about the homeless and that the numbers are increasing no matter how much we put toward it. We can't buy it away. We have to think of some other strategies. There is some legislation now going through that people want to find those that are homeless Even if the centers that they go to are full, but they end up on the street. But it's a lot of opposition to approving that, and I can understand why. And also, I went early this morning at the top of the morning. They like to start at 7:45, our Workforce Council Board of Directors quarterly meeting. They talked a lot about JCG, which is a group of young people who are in there for just training to go into the workforce. And they had a very good statistic. 98% of the people that are in that program graduate. And then the young people that are in that program, they have given 10,000 hours this year in volunteerism. So just really proud of them. This is the group that I was a panel judge, and so they had the public speaker who was a winner. They had him come to our quarterly meeting, and he was just great. I look forward to seeing great things out of him. They talked a little about advanced manufacturing, and people are thinking that manufacturing is like going out the window, but it's not. Even though we're going to have robots and AI, they still need some people. And they were talking about, if you've been in manufacturing, just look at the skills that you have that you can take, not necessarily to another company, but in another area within that company. So I thought it was extremely interesting. Last but not least, and you've heard me talk about it, you're probably sick of it, but I'm not, but I'm going to bring it up one more time. I finally went to UC to receive my 2024 Distinguished Alumni Award as a social worker. This is one of the people that's on the board, and then you can go to the next picture. And this is the board, some of the board who chose me and selected me, and I thank them once again for all the applications. I think they had 10,000 applicants. No. But anyway, they saw fit to honor me, 47 years of being a social worker. And then lastly, this is some of my support team who really supports every little crazy idea that I have, anything that I do. They're very supportive. So I just wanted to share that with the public, and I thank the public for their support. And once again, they pulled me in to try to do some things at UC, and I probably will. And that will end my report. One other thing. Yeah. So I had a birthday on Monday, and so I'm going to celebrate all this month. You don't have to give me any presents, but it really makes you reflect on getting a little bit older. And I thought about, a lot of people say, where is the time gone? But I can truly say that I feel that I have made an impact, and so not pat myself on the back, but it feels good that when you become 69, you had enough time to do a whole lot of things. And so I'm just really proud of the things that I've done, and I will continue to do more to impact and help people in my community. So I thought you were clapping. You were. He was clapping. Thank you. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you, and happy birthday. I delivered remarks at the CMHA banquet at the Centos Center, and I want to thank Greg Johnson and Bernadette Watson and their whole team for the invitation. Got a chance to talk about a lot of things that we're doing at the county for affordable housing, so we're very excited about that. Also excited, I also got a chance to get a tour of the new auto title, and I got a chance to get that done in B&B area. It's really nice. It's opened up. It's got, it's not dark and like a dungeon anymore. And so I was excited about that. And I want to thank the Clerk of Courts, Pavan Parikh, and his team for giving me the tour of that. So I got a chance to take a look at that. I want to also congratulate the Flying Pig, because not only was this wonderful and we brought a lot of people from all over, but we also have gotten the award as one of the top marathons in the country. And that's hard to do because there's a lot of marathons around. And so that was really good. And the place was packed downtown. I didn't run in it, but I came down to it. And what I liked was afterwards, a lot of the restaurants and all the places were filled and you could hardly get in. It was just a great event. In addition, I won a couple awards this week, and I really appreciate that. One, the Women Win Business Summit. Women Win Business Summit. I got the Hall of Fame Award, and it took place, they had it at the Urban League, and I want to thank Aziza Newman and Dominique Bloomfield, and I want to congratulate all the honorees. And it was great to see these young women-owned businesses that are not up and coming, but are here and are doing business and hiring people and expanding, and that was just great. I really appreciate receiving the Hall of Fame award there. Second one is very, very dear to me, and in fact, they call it the Academy. It's the YWCA Career Women of Achievement, and I definitely don't take that lightly. 1,500 people, sold out crowd at Hard Rock Casino Ballroom yesterday, and all of the folks and the honorees that they have, these women are doing it and have done it in a very big way. And so my only thing that was missing for me was that my mother wasn't there to be with me, but I thank God my father was, and we had a table full of people that were there to support me, but also Marion Spencer, because she's the one that really introduced me to the YWCA years ago when I was first getting elected in 1999. So one of the things that they say when you get into the YWCA Women of Achievement is welcome to the Academy. And it was just a great feeling. So, and I want to give a congratulations to all the women who were honored, these powerful women who were honored in different fields. And I just appreciate being honored and then being able, they had a video kind of how it all started, and it was able to take me back to my days at Grambling State University, which is kind of my own 2 feet, even though I was raised in civil rights, but my own 2 feet, taking on David Duke, who was running for governor as a KKK Grand Wizard. And being, at that time, it just clicked for me to register thousands of young people. And we defeated David Duke, we defeated hate, and then returning here to Cincinnati and dealing with a cross on Fountain Square that every year couldn't get rid of it, and was able to come up with a way to get rid of that and having to take on the KKK Grand Wizard in the northern part of the country, because I got a lot of death threats. And then not wanting to run for office, but because they were going to close the health clinics, and I met Congresswoman Maxine Waters after trying to help Roxanne Qualls become a congressperson, and I felt like she's a woman and we can do it, women can do it. And Congresswoman Waters, I called her and said, they're trying to close the city health clinic, something's got to get done. And she said, yeah, and you're going to be the person to do it. I said, I am? And she said, yeah. And so she said, you're running for office. I said, okay, I guess I am. And running for city council, and those clinics are still open to this day. But I just appreciate them going back to kind of the root of it, the beginning of it. And so it was just great yesterday. I am still, I'm still on cloud 9, and to be with those women and to be in the presence and the likes of folks like Marion Spencer and others, it just means so much to me. So I want to thank them for bringing me into the Academy. So I don't get to say that I won't be at the Oscars. So I got, so this is the Oscars here for Women of Achievement. And I want to thank President and CEO Raquel Howard Smith, her entire team. I want to thank those who, the anonymous, well, it's not anonymous now, but the people who nominated me, and all those who were honored yesterday and have been honored in the past. So I'm just fantastic. couple dates I want to make sure people know. Monday is 513 Day, and we've got a 513 relief bus, and we're going to have 513 Relief Day, Monday, May 13th, 8:30 a.m. at Memorial Hall. I'm excited about all the people that's been helped and all the partners, and so that's gonna be 513 Day. Next, small businesses, Monday, May 20th, we're having our Small Business Day. It's at Sharonville Convention Center, 8:30 in the morning. You have to register. You can go to 513relief.org. And then Veterans Appreciation Day, Saturday, July 22nd. All these things are free. 10 a.m. at the Great American Ballpark. So we got some other dates, but I don't want to cloud it right now, but those are some good ones for right now for people to put on their calendar. All right, I'll open it up. Mr. Aludo.
Can I make a comment?
Oh, yes.
I'd like to congratulate you on all your awards.
Oh,
that you
thank you.
received, so
Thank you.
congratulations. And then you mentioned about the new clerk's office, and I believe it's on Main Street, but I don't have the address. I know this morning when I was sitting in my car, a lot of people were coming downstairs to the same door. So if somebody has the address, we might want to say it before we close out today. And then lastly, when we have time, I'll talk about how Bishop Hilton stopped the cross on the square and how instrumental he was in getting that done. So that's all I have.
All right, that's great. Okay,
Commissioner, at your deference, I didn't know if we wanted to go to we have a public hearing that was advertised for 1:15.
yes, let's go to public hearing.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No.
We'll go to the public hearing. We'll open up the public hearing. Miss Maria Collins, I'm sorry, I didn't look at that part. Good afternoon.
Good to see you. So I'm here today to fulfill the HUD requirement to receive public comments for the annual action plan for program year 2024, as was advertised in the County Court Index, Cincinnati Enquirer, and the Herald, as well as on the Hamilton County Community Development webpage. Oh, I'm so sorry. You all heard me, right?
Yeah, we heard you.
Okay. So I'll step
We'll
aside.
open it up. Yeah, public hearings. Anyone here to speak on that subject matter? Going once, going twice? I'll make a motion to close the public hearing.
Second.
Commissioner Reeves,
Yes.
Commissioner Dreehouse, Commissioner Summer Dumas.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Ludo, any byleaves or comments?
Thank you, Commissioner. Just a couple of byleaves here. But first, a quick comment, and that is just to follow up on the comment from earlier, just to congratulate and thank every employee of the county in particular that is a public employee, and all public employees across the country as we celebrate public service recognition work. We have a fantastic organization here, around 4,500 employees that do everything from run elections to manage public safety, answer 911 calls, do economic development, help protect and steward our environment. If you are someone who's watching this and you're thinking about your next career step, I can guarantee you that regardless of what that skill is, we have a place here in Hamilton County, whether it is in the financial field, administration field, science field. We're doing a lot with trying to encourage young folks to enter STEM careers in the county. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to express publicly the opportunity that there is to work in the public sector. As we talk about when we onboard our new employees, we're really trying to do our best to make sure that this organization in particular, we talk about the big anchor organizations in our community, and we all know who those are, and they're great organizations, great institutions, but we want people who are growing up in this community from the time they're in high school and beyond to say, I want to go work for Hamilton County, because Hamilton County, not only do they treat their employees well, But if I'm a part of that organization, I can do great things to help build this community. So again, just a thank you for everyone who's involved in public service, but in particular, those employees of Hamilton County. And a special thanks to the folks in HR. I think Corey Bess is here somewhere way in the back, who have been instrumental in pulling together all the activities to recognize employees of the county as part of public service recognition. So thanks to our folks in HR. So that was my comments. I do have a few by leaves. I will start, commissioners, with by leave number 1, which is the resolution approving and authorizing the filing of the fiscal year 2024 annual action plan under the Housing and Community Development Act of 1974 as amended, just to tag on to the public hearing that just closed with Ms. Collins.
I open up any questions on by leave number 1.
No question.
No questions.
Okay, I make a motion to approve by leave number 1.
Second?
Commissioner Reese.
Yes.
Commissioner Dreehouse.
Yes.
Commissioner Summer Dumas.
Yes.
Thank you, commissioners. By leave number 2 in your packet is a resolution the board has been briefed on. This is a legal settlement from the Court of Common Pleas. It's a resolution authorizing settlement with Deidre Chardine on behalf of the judges of the Common Pleas Court. The administration recommends approval.
Okay, open up any questions on by leave number 2. Any questions?
No questions.
I make a motion to approve by leave number 2.
Second?
Commissioner Reese.
Yep.
Commissioner Dreehouse. Commissioner Summer Dumas.
Yes.
Thank you, commissioners. By leaves number 3 and 4 are very much related. By leave number 3 is a resolution authorizing the award of ITB 030-24 and the execution of an agreement with Triton Services. This relates to our capital improvement program down at Paycor Stadium. It is for $745,000. It is with again with Triton Services. This relates to concessions equipment replacement. This project was really broken into 2 components. We had a portion of it already scoped under our capital improvement program. That's the normal CIP that the board budgets every year. Item number 4 is the pre-renovation project that supplemented that work with additional concessions equipment. That is resolution P101-24, accepting the lowest and best bid and authorizing an agreement with Triton Services for $1.29 million. So these are the same type of equipment, concession equipment, ovens, stoves, ice machines, dishwashers, et cetera, as concession equipment within Paycor Stadium, all part of the facility condition assessment that was completed. I will note, commissioners, that the MBE goal on this project was 7.7%. Triton itself is an MBE and will be self-performing most of the work. So we're actually hitting an 80% number MBE on this particular project. So I know the board had asked for that information to be as a part of these recommendations. With that, commissioners, I would recommend approval of by leaves 3 and by leave 4.
Okay, I open it up for questions.
Questions? I'm glad we're moving forward on this.
Commissioner Dumas?
Just a comment. This is a lot of money that we're talking about for 3 and 4, but I want to thank the administration and staff for meeting with me regularly to answer any questions that I may have. So I'm very comfortable in agreeing to this.
I make a motion to approve by leaves 3 and 4.
Second?
Commissioner Reese.
Yep.
Commissioner Dreehouse.
Yes.
Commissioner Summer Dumas.
Yes.
Thank you, commissioners. No further by leave items, but to answer a question from before, the clerk of courts the clerk of courts itself is 1000 Main Street, 1001 for the auto title BMV division.
Thank you.
Just for any member of the public that might be watching, looking, and we know there are thousands that access those offices every year.
And you still can go in that one.
Yeah, I
door.
mean,
They
it's
still
in
have
our
the
building. Yeah, so not to be overly confusing about it, but it's in this building. It's just on the first floor, and you enter from the main street.
Main Street.
From the main street, yeah. They were entering at the regular side.
Right.
Right.
All righty, let's go to the regular agenda. Mr. Engineer.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Just 3 items today. Item number 1 is a resolution entering into general engineering consulting agreements for the calendar year of 2024 with 4 engineering firms. We put out an RFQ for these consultants back in January. The initial year of the contract will be 12/31/24 with 2 optional 1-year renewals. The top 4 firms that we rated were AECom, Burgess & Nyepel, Carpenter Marty, and Stantec. This is a contract for each up to $40,000. These are used for engineering items that come up out of the ordinary, where we need a quick turnaround time. We typically don't use the full $160,000 a year, but that is what we set up on the purchase order. Item number 2 is a resolution setting and viewing the hearing dates and directing the petitioner to prepare and submit a survey plat for the proposed vacation of an unnamed 16-foot alley in Sims Township behind 9959 Lincoln Road in Camp Dennison. We'd like to set the hearing date for May 29th, or excuse me, the viewing date for May 29th and the hearing date for June 6th. Item number 3 is a resolution to award the bid for the 2024 thermoplastic and epoxy pavement striping program. This is located in various townships throughout the county. First Star Safety was the lowest bidder. They were 23% under our engineer's estimate with a bid award amount of $268,441.59. And that comes out of the Road and Bridge Fund.
All right. Open it up. Any questions, items 1 through 3?
Yes, so is the low amount for the bid on item number 3 an indication that things are starting to...
We are starting to see that trend.
Yeah.
You know, we pushed our estimates up a little bit based on the prices going up, and now we're starting to see that they're starting to come down a little bit more. So we're starting to get them within the price range and lower than what we anticipated.
Is there a certain component of the bid that is especially relative?
It's generally across the board, all the items.
That's great news, Eric.
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. Commissioner Dumas.
Thank you. No questions about these items, but I certainly wanted to applaud you for the statistical report that you submitted to us. We asked about funding, I think for the last 5 years, where it was received from and how you're using it, and I thought it was just absolutely excellent.
Great, thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you. I make a motion to approve items 1 through 3.
Second?
Commissioner Reese.
Yes.
Commissioner Dreehouse.
Yes?
Commissioner Summer Dumas.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, going to the Commission Administration, item number 4.
Yeah, thank you, Commissioners. I would ask Lisa Webb to walk us through item number 4, which is an agreement with First Step Home, but it's related to some of our addiction response work, and it's a really really neat program, and just wanted Lisa to take a little bit of time and walk the board through it.
Yeah, great, no problem. I'm happy to do it. This is a MOU, Memorandum of Understanding with First Step Home, which would allow both the Drug Treatment and Recovery Court and our deflection programming, our quick response team, to utilize First Steps Home's transportation contract to provide transportation services for individuals in both of those programs. It'll allow them to utilize rideshare programs for attendance at treatment programming, justice involved in court-required appointments, and participation in county programming and other related activities for individuals that are involved in either the Drug Treatment and Recovery Court or the Quick Response Program.
Awesome. I'll open it up for questions. Vice President Dreehouse.
I really like First Step Home. I really appreciate the work that they do, but I really don't understand what exactly this is. So is it allowing them to use...
It allows our county programs to utilize the contract, the commercial contract that First Step Home already has in existence for transportation services. So it's like Uber, basically, transportation.
In order to get those individuals involved in county programs, to court related appointments, to treatment programs, that type of thing. So people that otherwise may not have access to those transportation services, who had problems getting to them, now have through this contractual arrangement the ability to get to these things.
I guess my question is, are these then the clients of First Step Home, or is it broader than that?
It's much broader than that. These are the clients of Drug Treatment and Recovery Court and clients within the Quick Response Team. The county itself does not have a commercial contract to be able to utilize those services. So at this point and in previous points prior to this MOU, we were utilizing either staff reimbursements for Uber rides and those types of transportation, or bus tokens or monthly bus passes. This allows us to have the flexibility, thanks to the partnership with First Step Home, to utilize their contract at a cost per service for the transportation to those activities.
Okay, so thank you to First Step Home.
Yes, and it's super helpful in terms of providing a transportation network to get to these people where they need to go.
This, in addition to the other things you just named.
More wraparound services.
Thank you.
Hey, Commissioner Dumas, any questions?
No, that's awesome.
All right, that's great. Make a motion to approve item number 4.
Second.
Commissioner Reese,
Yes.
Commissioner Dreehouse, Commissioner Summer Dumas.
Absolutely.
Okay. Mr. Aludo, the consent agenda.
Thank you, Commissioners. Item number 5 on the consent agenda is a resolution appointing one member to the Hamilton County Regional Planning Commission, that is Krutarth Jane. Item number 6 is a resolution P093. This is accepting and executing a contract on a then and now basis between the county and the National Center for State Courts at $27,850.22. Item number 7 is a budget adjustment. It's budget adjustment number 17 for a prosecutor grant of $11,000, clerk of courts grant for $30,000, and environmental services for $30,000. Item number 8 is an agreement between the county through the Hamilton County Department of Environmental Services, Solid Waste Management District, and Kennedy Heights for $2,565. This is for a backyard composting program. Item number 9 is a resolution approving and journalizing a collective bargaining agreement between the Board of County Commissioners and the Greater Cincinnati Building and Construction Trades. This is related to the electricians, lead electricians, painters, painter foreman, plasterer foreman, plumber, and plumber foreman employees. That is SERB case 2023 MED 09-1814. We have several JFS items. We have resolution authorizing an agreement with FII, doing business as Up Together, and the Board for Emancipation Support Services at $2.75 million. We have a resolution honoring local workforce efforts during Ohio's In-Demand Jobs Week. Item number 12 is a resolution authorizing a single source agreement with Bunker Hill Haven for Boys and the Board for Independent Living Services, $192,000. We have a resolution authorizing an agreement with YWCA and the Board for Child Welfare Domestic Violence Connections Program at $575,000. We have a resolution number 14, that's Amendment 2 of an agreement with Child Focus for Parent Education Services at $100,000. Item number 15 is a resolution authorizing an agreement between the Council on Child Abuse and Hamilton County for a prevention services program at $199,000. Then, Commissioners, we have item number 16, which is a report of no objection to 4 liquor permit applications in the county. That is your by-leave agenda.
Okay, I'll open it up for questions or comments. Vice President Drea.
I have a question on number 10. This is the one with FII for the Emancipation Support Services. So we just heard about the importance of this from one of our previous speakers. And so can I ask just what's more specifically this is providing to, it's a fairly large dollar amount, and I'm hoping that someone is on from JFS or somebody can.
Sure, Commissioner, I think Laura Wolf is probably on it. We just defer to her for a more specific answer to the question. Laura, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good afternoon. I'm actually glad that you're asking a question about this. This is something new that we're doing. It is really around providing financial support to these young folks for the costs of living, to help lift them up as they're transitioning from our care, so that transition is more successful for them. It is a national program that is being modeled after other communities across the country. and it was a recommendation by Casey Family Solutions.
So what kind of supports in particular?
Financial support. So we're paying them approximately $1,000 a month to help add to any other funding that they may be getting or job cash that they have. And so that is a cash infusion approach that we're trying to use to help them ensure that their expenses for their daily living are covered.
And is there a time frame by which that program runs for one individual and then they age out of it, for lack of a better term?
I believe it's for 6 months. That it would be for a period of 6 months. They are also going to be doing some tracking of data to see how this investment in their daily living helps to support them.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything else? Commissioner Dumas?
Well, I wanted to comment about what Commissioner Dreehouse was talking, Laura. I mean, I think that's excellent. There's so much transition, as we know, that takes place, and so many people fall in the gap, and there's nothing to catch them. So I'm just really proud of how JFS has been so creative in your thinking and just trying everything to make these young people successful. So thank you.
You're welcome. There's lots of things that we're doing creatively, and I appreciate the board's recognition. Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'll make a motion to approve and accept for the record 6 through 16.
Second?
Commissioner Reese?
Yes.
Commissioner Dreehouse? Yes. Commissioner Summer Dumas?
Yes.
Okay, there's no further business to come before. I make a motion to adjourn.
Commissioner Reese? Commissioner Dreehouse? Commissioner Summer Dumas?
Yes.